Well, let's not question it. Let's just have another DataMiner kata. Hello and welcome to another DataMiner kata. We are yet again bringing you the thunder with some new, amazing, beautiful tutorials. And today with me, I have not exactly a new guest. You've been here once before.
Correct.
But for people who might have missed that one, who are you and what do you do here at Skyline?
Hello, I'm Robin de Bel.
Hello.
I work in the exploration domain within Skyline. We are responsible for dashboards and low-code apps.
Yeah.
And I've been here for 2 years now.
Yeah, indeed, same domain as Seba is in,
yes,
who's
exactly.
been here a few times. So,
exactly.
Well, always fun to see what else you guys have cooked up with low-code apps and dashboards. I'm going to assume it's going to be about low-code apps and dashboards.
You are very correct.
I'm very correct. Amazing. That doesn't happen often that I'm very correct, so let me just enjoy this for a minute. Okay, now, continuing on that, what is the topic you have for us today?
It's an entirely new feature we've introduced within dashboards and low-code apps both.
Yes.
It's called flows.
Flows.
Flows are basically a way you can change the behavior of data within dashboards and low-code apps by adding operators to that data.
Okay, right. So it is... Again, I'm here with silly questions. Is it a bit similar to like some kind of parameters that you could then define and then
I would say it's more, if you talk about code, it's more similar to pipes.
Actually sending sending information from
through a certain modifier of behavior.
Cool. All right.
Yep.
So any prerequisites
yes.
for people who want to follow along with what you've got?
The feature was introduced in 10.4.12.
Okay.
And then I will be using a package on the catalog,
all right,
which has a exercise.
Yeah, can we use a DAS setup?
Yes, exactly. I will be using a DAS myself.
All right.
If you just start a new DAS, it
should
work out of the box.
Great. Okay. I guess. Well, I'm excited. Shall we hop in? What have you got for us? How do we begin?
I'll first show you the package I will be using. It's this catalog package, tutorial flows.
Yes. Okay.
You can deploy that on your system, as we've done many times before here on the katas. So yeah, I've already deployed it to save some time.
Yes.
And then you should see this app appear.
A new app, Flows.
Yes, but you can already see I have another one as well, Showcase.
Yes.
This is because I will first showcase the UI.
Okay, yeah, okay, sure.
So I'll open this app. What do we have here? It's just a basic app, 2 text inputs, and yeah, we'll start from that.
Okay. Very simple beginning.
Flows. It's a new type of data within dashboards and low-code apps. So we have a new entry within the all available data.
All right, on the right there, yes.
Yep, you can already see flows. And if we open this, a new menu opens.
Okay, component, flows, variables.
Yes, this is the flow editor. On the right here, we can choose a name. So I'll type a new name in. Demo flow. There we go. Then on the left, you can see the available data within the application. So if I click this, open, you will see we have both text inputs that are available and they contain text.
Yes.
Then you can also see that you can use flows. You can use flows within flows.
Sounds like the perfect recipe for infinite loops. Okay,
you shouldn't be able to make them.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so there is some security in there
Yep.
to stop silly people like me from making a mistake. And okay, but you can use a flow for a different flow. That's already fun.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you can see a third option, variables,
Yes.
but that's for another kata.
Oh, okay, exciting. So for a different kata, well, I'm already happy you've got a different kata prepared.
My colleague will
come
do it.
Excellent. No, okay, so we're going to focus on the basics of the flow then, and the components and...
Yes, first I'll show the UI, and then we have some exercises that you can follow along with at home. So we have another tab here. I've now showed the data tab.
Yes.
But we also have operators.
Okay.
And this is what I've said you can run your data through and manipulate it with.
Okay.
For now, we have 3 options. In the future, we expect to have multiple here.
Okay, yes.
So this is just the start of flows. It will become quite big in the future, hopefully.
Okay.
Maybe also nice to know, there's an eye icon here with info. If you click this, it will explain what the operator does.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, good.
But for now, I'll just make one.
Yep.
So we are going to use the merge operator.
All right.
What does the merge operator do? You have two values, and it will output the last value that was modified.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so the last one of those two that was modified is going to be the output.
Yes, exactly.
I see.
And I'll showcase it right away. So I'll drag this operator on the screen. And then we want to merge both text inputs. So text input 1, text input 2.
Okay.
Now it will say this flow is not valid because this merge needs two sources.
Yeah.
So we will connect them by connecting this dot to the top.
Ah, it's a very graphical way of editing and creating.
Yes, exactly.
a flow. Okay.
Then nice to know is we have a button here which will reorganize the flow. It will put everything
Okay.
nicely next
a
to
little
each
bit
other.
of cleverness in there that can.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
Now, the cool thing is we don't even need to try this flow within our production environment or within our app. We can already test here what it does.
Okay.
By control clicking on any of these inputs, we can select them, and then using this button, we can send a value through.
Okay, and what's test?
Test,
Okay.
yes. So if I click this, you will see two colored dots,
Yes.
and the bottom one will show the output. So on the bottom, you'll see the output of this flow.
Okay. All right.
So if I click this, you can see the dots, and then the green one was outputted
Ah, okay.
because it thinks the green one was last.
Okay.
Now imagine the purple one updates again. We can again click this button, and then you'll see the purple value is outputted.
I see. Okay, so you select something and you click on test, and then it allows you to have a look at the flow
Yeah, exactly.
of what is happening
That's a perfect way to describe
in
it.
your UI there.
Yep.
Cool.
So if we do green again, the green one will come out again.
Okay. Now you've gotten two text inputs, so from the low-code app.
Yep.
Can that be other data? Could that be data from an element, for example?
Yes, all data is available, but for now we can't cast data.
Okay.
So you'll need to use within the flow all element data. You can't use text and an element together for now.
Ah, okay. So, but you could use, use data from a parameter or something.
But then you would need to merge it with other parameter data.
Yes. So it would also, okay, but that makes sense. Like if you have two parameters and you want to use this, you would be able to do it. They probably need the same type as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
For now they need the same type, but in the future there might be a map operator with which you can
change the type. Okay, interesting. Very cool. Okay.
So I've shown the merge operator. Maybe I'll show it in action.
Sure.
To show that it actually works.
Okay, yeah.
That I'm not telling lies.
Just showing a nice demo.
Yes, so the demo flow is now available here within the flows. I can then drag this on my application, change the visual to a text input, for example.
Yeah.
And then I'll just quickly preview the app. So now if I type any text here, you will see the output changes to the last one changed. If I then type on the right here, you will see that it uses that one.
Yeah,
if I now add one extra character on the left, you'll see it changes back to the one that's changed last.
Right. Okay. Very cool.
Yep.
And a very visual way of creating that as well.
Yes, we're pretty proud of the editor.
It is a nice editor. Yes, it's pretty good.
Okay. I'll maybe showcase the other operators that are available right now. I'll go over them quickly. So back to the demo flow. Another operator we have as available is the debounce.
Debounce, okay.
Debounce. What this will do, if an input comes in, a value change comes in, it will wait for X amount of seconds. You input here the duration. If another one comes in, it will still wait until it outputs that value. Until for the duration here, nothing has updated.
I see. It's kind of a kind of a buffer or a time window where it says, okay, any data I keep receiving, as long as I keep getting more stuff, I'll wait until displaying it. That's probably very good for performance reasons. I can imagine that's the main goal on that.
We made this exactly for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice little feature there. Nice operator.
Maybe again to show that the test button works, if I change this to 2 seconds, you will now see that the value gets put through, and then it waits for 2 seconds until another one comes in. So if I send multiple, and then again, and then again, and then again,
it will keep waiting.
It will wait until no input has arrived for 2 seconds.
Very nice. Yeah. Good. Yeah, very nice.
And then the combine is one where instead of the last value it's put out, it puts it into an array.
Okay. So
and exports that.
Okay, that one combines both values and then displays both values.
But for now, there's not really a use case for it. If you do have one, please let us know. I'd be very interested.
Okay. And I'm gonna assume if there are other use cases for other operators.
Yeah, you can, as you can see here, you can combine multiple operators.
Yeah.
As I said, you can combine multiple flows, so you can make flows that use operators, then use that flow again inside. So you can make very complicated stuff.
Yeah. But still in a nice graphical way. Yeah. Now it does remind me a bit. It's a bit like I might say again something very silly here, but it seems a bit like a visual way of GUI queries and queries like that.
We also compare it with operators and the GUI queries.
Yes. It's a bit similar, as in you can start from data, you can then do operations on that data using a query configuration, which is very powerful. But if you go very big, it can get rather interesting, let me put it that way. And I can imagine for flows, you would always have a much nicer visual overview of that stuff. So pretty cool. Very nice. Okay. I'll then move on to the exercise.
Yeah,
for sure. Let's see.
So from now on, you guys can actually follow along. You could already follow along if you created an app yourself, but now the app is prepared for you guys.
So flows.
Flows app, yes, exactly. I'll edit this one. And you can already see here on the beginning page, I also made a demo, so you can test it out yourself.
All right, exactly so that's already done what we just...
It is debounced for a few seconds.
Yep,
so
nice.
That's it. And then we can start with the actual exercise. Now, this is a timeline exercise. You will see it takes a long time to load. Why is this? Because it fetches all data that is available for the timeline, and here it is 50,000 entries.
Wow, 50,000 entries. Okay, so it is loading all of that up.
Yeah, it's now fetching all 50,000 entries until it can then showcase the timeline.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's fast forward this then, I guess. So catch you in a few minutes.
We're back.
We are back. Didn't take 5 minutes.
Took a minute or two.
Took a minute or two. I could have spent that time talking. I would have been able to. But hey, we fast forwarded. So let's continue. So we have this data loaded up in the timeline.
Yes.
What's next?
Zoom out just so you can see how much data there is.
Okay.
All the gray areas are data.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah. So we have a very nice timeline with a lot of data, a lot of stuff happening.
And these are
events and
they are sports events.
I've
created with the GUI query.
Nice. Okay. What are we gonna do with them?
Now, we fetch all of them.
Yes.
But in this timeline, we only see the viewport, right? You only see from the left of your timeline to the right of your timeline.
Right.
It's not necessary to fetch all the ones on the right, all the ones on the left.
Yeah.
Because we're just looking at this.
Yeah, you're only looking at that part, so...
So this is something that was actually possible before. You could already filter on the viewport. I'll show that. We have the bookings filtered query here.
Okay.
If it loads.
So that's a way to, again, for performance reasons, mostly probably, that you don't load up everything. You only load up what you're looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we filter here. We filter on the from column. We will do greater than or equals, so from the right of it.
Yep.
And then we can link this to the timeline, viewport, and the from. So we link this. Now we filter all the ones on the right of our viewport. We now also want to filter the left of it.
Yes.
So we add an extra filter for the till.
until, and there we'll
less than or equals. We will again use
the view.
the viewport,
Yeah.
the 2 this time, and we link this.
Right. So we could already do that. We did that now. This is through a GQI, through a query.
Yep.
Right. Yes.
I'll preview the app here, and now I'll show where
Yeah.
flows come into place.
Took a lot less time to load up.
Exactly, and if I now zoom out, it will refetch the data.
Oh, okay. It fetches exactly what you're looking at instead of all 50,000.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay.
This will get quite technical now. I'll show the developer tools and the requests that come in.
Okay, sure. Hold on to your horses. We're going in. We're diving deep. All right.
There we go.
Yep.
So network. And now if I'll zoom out, you'll see that it does multiple fetches every time I zoom in or out.
Yes.
You can see a lot of requests coming.
All of the requests every time we want to refresh the data because we're scrolling in and out.
Yep. And this is unnecessary load on both our client and our DataMiner system.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. The
What will we do
debounce.
with
The debounce
exactly.
seems like a very nice one there. If I've been listening to what you've said.
You've listened perfectly.
So nice. So you use the viewport for efficiency and performance reasons to not wait, 2 or 5 minutes to load up all the data. But we've introduced a different type of performance
It's a
problem with that is because now every time you scroll in and out, it refetches everything. And if you're doing that quickly, you kind of don't want it to continuously load. You only want the last.
Yeah, you want it to actually load what you want to view.
And there's the bounce is gonna be king for this one. Okay.
So again, we will create a flow. Now we again have components here. This is the because we are on this page,
right?
It's the timeline that is on this page. We can take the viewport time span here and debounce this.
Okay, yeah.
Connect these. I'll name it debounced viewport. And then let's exaggerate a bit. Let's take 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Till we fetch everything. We can test this again using this button.
Yeah, it should wait 5 seconds and then
it will output the viewport.
Yeah.
Create this. Now we are still using the viewport that comes from our timeline in our GQI query.
So I want to change that to the flow we just made. So it's still within the query, but you're going to change it so instead of the viewport, you're going to use the flow?
Yep.
Okay, right.
And then the flow updates, so the query updates.
Yes, okay.
So here, instead of linking it to our timeline, we can now link it to the debounced viewport.
Yeah.
And the filter type will say exactly the same. We'll do the same for the till.
Yeah.
Debounced viewport, link. And there we go. Now this is debounced.
Yeah, so now if we go to the timeline there, scroll in and out.
So if I again open developer tools.
Yeah. Give it a moment there. Yep.
There we go. If I now zoom out, you will not see a fetch request until we wait 5 seconds.
And then after a few seconds, it should pop up. Okay, well, there we go.
I would, by the way, not advise using 5 seconds.
5 seconds is a bit long. I think as a user, you would like scroll and go, what's going on? And then scroll again.
Milliseconds, half a second is more than enough.
Yeah, that's a really interesting solution to a performance issue you might have otherwise. So yeah, very fun to see.
And also this is now perfectly scalable. If this was 50,000 entries, if you go to 200,000, maybe a million, it will work exactly the same.
Yes, because it only loads up what you are looking at.
Yeah, if you look at a lot of stuff, then it will again fetch
if you
all.
Scroll out for 2 million, then it's still going to load that up. But very awesome. Okay. Anything else you want to show us or the tutorial?
Yes, I have a second exercise.
Okay.
Another showcase of what you can do with flows.
Okay.
So what do I have here? I have two tables. One is with the
Finished.
last 10 finished events. So
Okay.
the first 10 events in the past. And then the other one is the first 10 upcoming events.
Right, so it's the same timeline, but in table form, pretty much. But
Yes,
10
and filtered.
And filtered on 10 on each side
Yes.
of the... Okay.
I've created a beautiful side panel.
Okay. Now I'm...
And it opens on double click. So I'll double click baseball tournament here.
Alright.
And it opens this amazing side panel.
very beautiful, yeah. It looks like something I would make. So I'm gonna guess we want to change that a bit, or
Well, I want to reuse this panel, so when I click on here, it also uses that same panel, so I don't need to make that beautiful panel twice.
like that. I see. Yeah, you want to reuse the beauty you've created.
Yes, exactly. So if I click tennis final here, it opens that panel already. There's already an action for that, but
Okay.
you can see it uses the selection from the first table.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Do you have any idea which operator comes into play here?
Well, I'm gonna guess that will be the not the combine, the other one, the merge,
Perfect.
because you're gonna select the last table that you have touched.
Perfect.
Pretty much. So yeah, makes sense. Good use case.
Exactly. So we'll create another flow again. Maybe combined tables.
Yeah.
First, I'll select 2 rows. And then
Well, was it combine or merge? Because
it's merged.
merge.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, because combine was literally combining it into an array of the same thing.
So
Okay.
we use the table here. It also exposes time spans because there's a from and till column, and we recognize that that could be a time span. So
So
we
it's
could also use that.
clever enough. Okay.
Yep. So operator merge,
Yeah. You hook those up.
drag drop. We can test it again, but I've done it before.
Yeah. Same thing.
We create this, then we go to our beautiful panel.
And we're gonna change our input there, I guess.
Yes, this should not use table, but this should use our merged tables.
All right.
And then we can again make sure it covers the entire width. This is not really necessary for you guys, but makes it a bit more beautiful.
Yeah. Your beautiful panel even more beautiful now. Okay.
There we go. And now, if I publish this again,
So, okay, so now you made it so we can have a more modular way.
Yep.
Yeah, so we now can make that single panel. We just changed the input source, and it should then, if you use the last table you touched.
yep. So
pretty
if we
much.
now click on the second table,
Yeah.
you'll see it shows the hockey tournament.
Yes, indeed. And previously it just showed the first table.
What's selected in the
Yes,
first
yes.
table.
But now changing the selection allows you to
Yep.
do that. That's pretty fun. That's a really good use case as well. Like I said, allows you to really make a lot more modular low-code apps. Yeah, probably something I want to use in the future as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Is there anything that they should screenshot, I think, for kata points? Or did I already ask? I don't think I did, but let's have a look maybe if there's a place that you think this is a good place to take a screenshot and then get some DevOps points to
Yes,
show
so-
that the tutorial worked.
I've gone back to the
The editor,
of the app,
yes.
and then you can just take a screenshot of
Okay.
the flows available
Right.
here, so the debounce viewport and the merged tables.
Nice, perfect. Well, okay, thank you very much for
You're very
preparing
welcome.
all of this, showing this brand
Thanks
new
for
feature.
having
Yeah, for sure. Everyone watching. Yeah, so if you have been playing around with this, and I hope you have, if you're doing the tutorial, take a screenshot of the different flows you created, send that in, we'll give you your nice DevOps points. I hope you were as interested in this as I am. Play around with it, let us know your feedback. If you are watching from YouTube, don't forget like, subscribe, ring that bell so you're always notified whenever there's a new video. Other than that, yeah, I wish you all the best, good luck, and I'll catch you in the next one.